Want to increase your likability factor in business? Want to have more fun? As you know, fun for me is something that I'm really bringing into my business, but also my life in general, because seriously, life is way too short to not have fun. So today I interview Liliana De Leo, who is a laughter yoga instructor. So I seen Liliana at a TEDx talk in Montreal back in 2016, where she did a small hint of bringing us everyone to laugh during different TED Talks. And seriously, that short, really exercise that she gave us totally changed how I felt, but you could see that it actually totally changed how everyone in the room felt. So I think we all need a little bit more laughter in our lives. And this is why I invited Liliana. Let's go watch it. Liliana, thank you so much for accepting my invitation to speak with you today.
Well, thank you for having me.
So Liliana, before we dive into the topic today, if you could take a moment and introduce yourself for everyone who's listening to you.
Well, my name is Liliana De Leo, and I'm a laughter yoga master trainer. I discovered this practice in 2006, where at the time I was working as fitness program director. So needless to say, I have a background in fitness and wellness, gyms, and an aquatics background as well. So I've luckily always been involved with, exercising and swimming and keeping healthy and well. Mm-hmm. And when I discovered laughter yoga, I thought, hey, I like to laugh. What is this? So I actually became a laughter yoga leader. That's the first step in the training. So as a laughter yoga leader or instructor, I could give these classes. I fell in love with the practice. And today I have a business called Living Laughter. I not only give laughter yoga classes, been doing a lot of that on Zoom, especially over the last year. And I think you can guess why. But I also train people to become laughter yoga leaders, and the second part of these trainings, laughter yoga teachers, so that way we can build and grow this community of laughter professionals who provide these laughter yoga classes on Zoom and very soon back in person.
Yes, when we're going to see humans. So in the intro, I mentioned that I got to meet you when I went to TEDx, when I saw your TEDx talk in Montreal. And it's been many years and it still sticks with me. So Liliana, tell me, why is laughter so important?
Okay, well, it's great to laugh and it's wonderful to be with people who make us laugh. I'm all for funny movies and funny sitcoms because why do we like to laugh? It makes us feel good. Now, of course, a lot of times there are no reasons to laugh, and a lot of heavy situations are going on in our lives where we go days, weeks, even months without laughing. So this is where the practice of laughter yoga taught me, and I teach others, that we don't need a reason to laugh. There's an actual exercise where we come together and we're using laughter as a form of exercise, because after we exhale with the sound of ha continuously, how do we end up feeling? We end up feeling happy, lighter, less stressed. All good reasons to engage in this practice called laughter yoga.
So out of curiosity, where does laughter yoga come from?
Well, it started in 1995. Now, there's a doctor by the name of Dr. Madan Kataria from Mumbai, India. Back then in 95, he was writing an article called Laughter, the Best Medicine. And he's looking for how to engage people in laughter. Because what he saw with his own patients is patients that laughed more, took life less seriously, seemed to get better quicker. And back in the 90s, there weren't that many scientific studies done on the actual effects of laughter on the body. So he decided to conduct, maybe his own little experiment where he created the very first laughter club, where it was 5 people, okay, him, his wife, and 3 of his colleagues. And what he decided to do was to go in the same space in this Mumbai park, a lot of walkers at 6 a.m., And he would go there every single day to invite people to join the circle and tell jokes. Because of course, that's how we laugh. Tell a joke and we'll laugh. And then, how do you feel after 20, 25 minutes of laughter? Now, at the end of, 10 to 12 days of people coming to the circle, telling their jokes, laughing, a problem started to arise. Now, as we know, not every joke is funny. In fact, some jokes can be mean and discriminating, et cetera, et cetera. So when he saw this problem, sorry?
Inappropriate.
Oh, thank you. It was totally, some of them, totally inappropriate. So he had to go back to the drawing board and figure out another way, how to come together and continue this laughter club, but without the jokes. That's where he was reading an article, and I believe it was William Fry, Dr. William Fry. I always get mixed up with Dr. Lee Burke and Dr. William Fry. I believe it was Dr. William Fry. He had done a study, and in his study, he wrote this sentence: regardless of whether the laughter is real or simulated, the body makes no distinction. The same physiological benefits will still be felt. That was the sentence that had him think, okay, tomorrow, that's all we're going to do. We're going to go and just laugh for no reason. Just laugh, fake it. That's where, with time, his wife, Madhuri, who's a yoga instructor, kind of started saying, okay, well, let's build a structure to this laughter for no reason. And that's where the lion laugh, the greeting laugh, the silent laugh, the cocktail laugh, the cell phone laugh, and on it went, these different laughter exercises that got incorporated. And between these laughter exercises, we also engage in some deep breathing and thoughtful meditation. So all this came together because of Dr. Madan Kataria, and he is someone, along with his wife, who have just, it's a global movement, and we are all over the place. Laughter yoga is in over 73 countries now being practiced.
That is fascinating, because I think now more than ever, people need to laugh.
Yes.
It's good for our brain, it's good for our body, it's good for our mindset. And when all that's good, it's also good because we have a lot of entrepreneurs in the crowd, but it's also good for business. So
yeah.
So weird question, but I'm going with it. How do we laugh?
Okay. So this is where, now think of, okay, laughter yoga is an exercise. Yeah. And like all exercises, there's some resistance that comes with it. You're working against gravity. You're holding a weight. You have to lift that weight. There's that resistance. So laughter, many people come at it as something needs to make me laugh.
Yes.
So trigger that. But in laughter yoga, there are no jokes, no humor, no comedy. So there's this resistance that we have to kind of push through to allow ourselves to laugh for no reason. Now, the way I'll instruct my students is, listen, don't even think of it as laughter anymore. Think of it as a breathing exercise where you're going to take a deep breath in. And when you're going to exhale, I want you to exhale with the sound of ha. So do this with me. Inhale. And really push that ha, 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 ha for as long as you can, because when you do that, you're totally exhaling the air that sometimes sits deep within our lungs that is stale, needs to come out. And that's how, with the extension of that exhale with the sound of ha, we're engaging in this practice of breathing. Yes, it's also known as laughter, but if you have a little bit of a, I don't like this, laughing for no reason, it makes me feel silly and weird. Okay, well, let's get over that feeling of weirdness and think of it as just breathing exercise with the sound of ha. And yes, in laughter yoga, we engage in some type of childlike playfulness, because what's beautiful about laughter yoga is we use imagination and play in our exercises. And why do we do that? Because we're allowing ourselves to go back in time where we did allow ourselves to imagine and to play without inhibitions, right? And that usually is before the age of 6. Because when 6, 7 years old comes around, now we start thinking, oh, what am I doing here and how am I being judged? In laughter yoga, we leave judgment outside of the walls, outside the door, and we're going to enjoy ourselves and engage in some fun, imagination, play, and lots of laughter.
I love it. And it's so simple. Like I remember when we did it at the TED Talk conference, at first, you know, there's a few seconds you're like, that's a little bit awkward, but then like everyone just gets into it and you could feel like the energy of the room was completely different, you know? So everyone was like smiling and everyone was even more willing to talk to each other. And it was just fascinating how that short exercise that also helps us getting out of our head, going back in our bodies. And really like from there, it's like you see that, hey, from that space, you like bring it on, you know, like it's.
You just basically described why I fell in love with this practice. Because it forces us into the now. When you're engaged in laughter, whether it's real laughter because something's making you laugh or as an exercise, you stop, you know, regretting the past and worrying about the future. That's all gone in that moment. The other thing that happens is because you're engaging in this action, right? Okay, so we're laughing as an exercise. This is an action. We start feeling the emotions associated to that action. So laughter is what? Laughter is happiness, joyfulness, less stress, more fun. And these are feelings we all crave. So that's why I do this with passion.
Definitely. So breathe in. And we breathe out with a ha.
Let's do it.
I love it. I think I'm going to do this now before every call that I have or whatever, just to change my own energy and change how we show up. Liliana, tell me, where can people find you online and get more information and start laughing more?
Well, I invite them to visit my website. So it's Liliana De Leo, or something easier to remember, livinglaughter.ca. So if you go to livinglaughter.ca, you'll see some of my laughter yoga. The TED Talks are there as well. There was the one in 2016 that you were there, Sara. And then in 2017, they asked me to talk a little bit more, like reasons to laugh. So I invite people to just listen. What are these reasons to laugh? And what are the benefits? Yeah. I'm also easily found on YouTube. And on YouTube, I have short 3 to 5 minute laughter yoga sessions that people can just, you know, engage in these different laughter exercises. And I have trainings if, you know, anybody is interested to say, you know, I'm comfortable in front of people. I want to teach this. And actually, I want to take that last statement back. Being comfortable in front of people, whether you are or you're not, anybody can teach laughter yoga, starting with teaching yourself to laugh more every day and teaching your loved ones, your family, your children in your home. And then you can also branch out to your colleagues in your workplace. And if you do want to be on the big stage, if you do want to speak in front of thousands of people, no matter what topic you're speaking on, if you practice laughter yoga, what do you think I do before an interview? Oh, by the way, Sara, I did a bit of laughter before we sat down here together because every interview is a little, you know, stressful.
Yes.
Laughter exercises to kind of get you on a calmer state and actually clear your mind so you can speak clear. You can connect with your audience. You can answer questions clearly. So all this through the practice of laughter improves not only our physical well-being, not only our mental state, but also makes us more creative, more engaging, and helps us communicate better. Who knew that laughter did all of this?
It's crazy. And I'll add to that, firms, because we also have sometimes event organizers who are doing like symposiums and let them be online or in person, having a laughter break. It's like, I lived it and it really changes everything, like how everyone is feeling. So it's
completely.
Oh, it's magical. Liliana, thank you so much for laughing with me today.
And I truly say thank you to you, Sara, for allowing me this opportunity to just explain what laughter yoga is and how everybody can really engage in laughter, whether you attend a class or not. In your day, find just little strategic moments to take that deep breath and laugh loudly with the sound of ha. Breathe loudly with the sound of ha, so we can all feel better.
Yes, thank you so much. So all together. She has this amazing contagious laugh, you know. So I hope you liked this episode. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and really laugh. When we laugh more, we have more enthusiastic, we are happier, we have a better impact on ourselves, our team, and our clients, because people like doing business with people who they love to be around. So be one of those. So your mission this week is very simple. Laugh. Before your next meeting, your next call, your next Zoom, your next whatever meeting you have, take a moment. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Ha, 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 ha. And I swear you cannot not laugh. So thank you for being here week after week, and I will see you next Tuesday. I hope you liked this episode. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and check out these other videos that I think would probably interest you.